So the next section we can look at is also the data and training. So machine learning really requiring structured data sets, whether they're labeled or unlabeled. So you can think of things like tabular data, images, time series. They're trained on specific task-relevant data sets. And again, like all the other things like stock price prediction, image recognition, you've got that structured database. Whereas when you're looking at GPT, it's trained on a huge data set of unstructured text. So whether it's books, websites, articles, it's got to find and learn those patterns in that language and the grammar, even the facts, to really output what it does and do a lot of the things like being able to answer the questions and that we ask it, filling in blanks of even incomplete sentences or paragraphs. It is quite different there just on that sort of data and the way it's trained. Then looking at the second last section, which was usage and application. So machine learning is used in obviously a wide array of industries and fields, and we can think of that, exactly what you're saying, Makoto, things like self-driving cars, that machine learning models that process that camera and sensor data to detect objects and make real-time decisions for safe driving. Whereas GPT, it's specifically used for natural language processing tasks. So again, typical use cases, the chatbots or the content creation, that sort of thing. And then last of all, we have flexibility. So this is sort of looking at machine learning models that are coming back to what we've covered already, highly specialized and tailored for those narrow tasks. Whereas the GPT are just much more flexible, adaptable, and they're multiple text-based and even image-based tasks now. I think that's where it's interesting there. There's certain similarities, but it does seem that the common thread is that machine learning is a lot more specific and scoped and using structured data, and GPT is a lot more taking that unstructured data and being able to actually create from it, not just analyze. So
very different use cases.
So I thought it was pretty fascinating. And kind of summarizing that machine learning is really this sort of broad category that includes the various techniques for training models to perform these specific tasks. While the GPT models are really this subset of machine learning models specifically designed for, I guess, understanding and generating natural language, with the sort of focus on outputting things that are more versatile.
The great thing is, as we see how models are being used in multi-agents, you don't have to choose one or the other. You can choose the GPT model as your interaction with the more fine-tuned models behind it, and the agents can talk to each other, and one can be specialized at finding you that exact image that you wanted and responded back to GPT model that gives it back to you, and you can say, oh no, that's not what I wanted. I wanted a red hat on the reindeer. And then, it'll send it back to model, configure it, prompt it in a certain way, and actually be able to work with that agent a lot more intelligently than you could even. So with that sort of more fine-tuned machine learning model. And it's just really interesting to see where it's going to go with that. It's all the models talking to each other, and there's going to be more popular models coming out, very much specific to these tasks, like Sora would become, the video model, and that's what everyone uses, and it almost becomes like a foundational model for video sort of generation going forward, and all the other services out there are just using it as a service in a multi-agent approach to generate that video that you wanted and give that back to you. Another one generates the images for your presentation, the other one generates the text, and all working together at their own little tasks.
Like 1.0 with reasoning as well, and go off and go, okay, this is your scientist, and this is your biologist, or whatever, I don't know, whatever kind of function you want.
I think this is probably an important point too, just within what we do here at Impact, is trying to identify that within the organizations, where can processes be automated and made more efficient, and what tools to integrate, whether that is a machine learning tool, is it more of a specific AI tool that's been created out there, or is it something that we help customize and build specific AI agents to help companies, make that more efficient, and then not cost so much either to build it and see ROI pretty quickly.
The model as a service approach is just becoming so amazing with that. And our speciality and understanding which are the good models to use, not just in terms of accuracy, but in terms of cost effectiveness, yeah, I think is a huge help to anyone who needs that.